My microphone wasn't working this whole time. Oh, that's really, really tragic. Wow, that's super tragic. Okay, I gotta go back and redo my feedback for this other one. Because I'm literally just yapping on it for 4 minutes straight, saying nothing. Welcome back, thanks. I have no idea if my thing was working before now. Alright, Dirty Octopus, my feedback mainly was, it feels like this track is like a still frame out of a movie, where it's got sort of a piece of the vibe, but it doesn't really have a story yet. And you kind of, I think you should decide in which direction you want to go with it. So for me, what was interesting was the sort of like very distorted, crunchy, data loss type of sound of a lot of your elements. And personally, I would look at developing that across multiple elements and in your arrangement, where you go from like maybe having a more complete sound to like this really intense, lossy, crunchy sound. And there's a lot of fun things you can do with different kinds of melodies and telling a story about that data loss and why it's happening. And yeah, lots of fun things you can do there. It's just hard for me to feedback what you have right now, because it's not really in context of a song. It's a lot of sound. It's a lot of like the like kindling of something bigger. But I think you ought to take a decision about where you want to go. All right, I'm gonna get back to work. Yeah, best of luck, mate. And hopefully this weekend we can do a stream where you're not at work, and then you can send us stuff. Alrighty, mate. Yeah, that's mainly it. I think you just gotta pick a story to run with and then develop it. And it could be that you like develop the melody more, or develop the something else more. Yeah, I feel like that's the most important. Okay, I did not listen to any. I don't remember at all what this track sounds like. Wait, let me go back. It sounds a bit like a collab between you and Hayes. Oh, I love this one. Interesting that I think it still fits into your general style of like these really crunchy and textural sounds that are still quite like these very single melody focused, following all of these like creative bass patterns type of sound, which is super cool. It's nice to hear your style coming through in different, your sound, sorry, coming through in different styles. So far, this drop to me sounds like enough, you know? If you like where it's going, like, develop it, but also don't overthink it. Like, the way it is already is pretty exciting. Again, I think your breaks can just be more. Now, maybe more doesn't always mean more elements. I just think it can be a bit deeper and more mature sounding. So let's say you wanted to keep this like very simple style. The question is, what can you do to these elements to make them more distinct, and feel more personalized and curated to your sound and your art? What are the elements here that you can affect? So if you're going to keep it low element, it just means that the elements you do pick have to be really good. And I'm not saying that the elements here are bad, but this is a good sound. This reese bass, it's not that it's got to go, but like if you're gonna, there's I think more evocative sort of like basses you could use in a break that are just gonna keep the simple sound but make it just vastly more engaging. I think if the vocal is going to be so whispery and laid back, you want a little bit more out of the atmosphere, because you don't really get much from the vocal in terms of like, you get sort of like a little bit of like a, okay, it's going somewhere, but it's kind of just here also drifting, not really driving forward towards this drop. So this drop kind of comes out of nowhere. So I would want to see you set up this drop more in your break. And if it means just like pacing the vocal so that it really develops over that time and you can tell like, okay, it's developing to go towards this. I think you could take and even do like an interesting, like take that lead, copy it and make like an interesting, less energetic fill here for this. Like you just have a sweep right now. But I think you can do the ooh, ooh. You could do so many cool little motifs, maybe related or not related to the drop melody, just to give it more. Firstly, to connect it more, and secondly, just to give it more oomph, more excitement. All right. I think that's it for me. Next up and last up, Arnosh, How to Kiss a Boy. Grab his waist with your hand in his pocket, steal his wallet, don't even kiss him, just run. Exceptional cover. That big side chain, wow. There's some interesting like fill sounds in here that these that I don't know if it's just how it's mixed, but they just feel really not involved somehow. Or I think it's mostly to do with the fact that the melody just kind of continues over it. Now it's the chord. It's the fact that this chord is like continuing over that. I think maybe instead of having the whole chord run over it, you might just want to have some of the notes end earlier. Let maybe one of the notes of the chord continue so it doesn't completely die out, but not let the whole thing play over it. Overall, I think the track is like cool. I think it has a it has a progression to it. It sounds a bit stiff before here. Part of that, I think, to me, is like this very quantized melody. Also, the mix in general just feels super... I don't know, like it's not... It doesn't feel like it's been mixed much at all. It just feels like there are a bunch of elements sort of all dogpiled next to each other in the same space, which doesn't make any sense because technically some of these elements should really be able to naturally be apart from each other, but they don't sound like that. All of them are kind of in the middle. Aside from this vocal reverb thing. The strings, I think, are really, really nice. Like here now we get some energy as well. I say all of the elements, it's really just the fact that it's the guitar, the piano, and this like whistle lead. And the three of them are like all on top of each other in the same space and kind of in the same frequency range. So the whistle lead ends up winning because it's more resonant. You don't really pick up the piano at all. Like I think the piano could totally be bigger, still out of the way of that whistle lead, but bigger. And you can leave that plucking guitar to just add some rhythm without it being super far in front. But I think the piano just feels very underplayed or undermixed. Alright, let me keep listening. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about is like this big sidechain. I don't think the sidechain is bad, it just is maybe a bit too big. Like, you really have like the kick, it's like woo. Like, you really hear that volume automation as it just whoa. It like starts all the way up. It has that type of sound to it. Maybe the sidechain could be a bit tighter. Like, I think if it's just a little bit closer to the overall envelope that your kick is on. If you really like the sidechain sound to it, then leave it. It's just, to me, it's like it's so long compared to the kick that it really feels a bit awkward. But that might just be because I'm a producer and I can hear it. Like, maybe I'm not feeling it enough. I'm not sure how wide this ARP thing is. This whatever this. This like ARP going on in the background. I don't think it should be much louder, but I do think it should be further away. It should be spaced out more from all the other elements. Because when it's so tight as well down the middle, or what feels like it's very tight down the middle, sounds like it's tight down the middle of the track, in that mono space, it just ends up not leaving much room for all your other elements, which is kind of a shame. Because you could have it feel so much more impactful. Sorry, I feel like I'm all over the place today. Sorry guys, I've had a long 4 days of work. So yeah, just a bit tired. Sorry if the feedback is not quite so good today, but I'm doing my best. Alright, those are all the submissions we have. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, we should be back on Friday and Saturday with the regularly scheduled programming, unless something crazy changes, but it shouldn't be. It might just be a later stream, but we'll see. I'll update it because I do have some important things to do on that day, but we'll see if I can get it. If not on Saturday, then on Sunday potentially. But yeah.